Today I'm proud to present my new series in NBA Power Rankings, where I'm going to go through each team 30-1, show a video to you about the starting lineup, draft picks, and contracts, and give you a team evaluation and prediction. So the first team I'm going to start off with... Oh, that was a tank, because we're talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. And they pretty much define the definition of tanking, because they've done it for the past 3 years. So let's start with their projected starting five and their notable bench. Kendall Marshall, Nick Stauskas, Robert Covington. Okay, that's rough. Okay, that I'll give them some credit there. So pretty much they have no backcourt, and Noel. He's pretty good on defense at least. He may score some points, but he's a pretty good defender. The 76ers were actually 13th overall in defense last year, and they were 30th in offense. That's why they're so bad. They're actually 6th in defense per 100 possessions when Noel was on the court. You know, that's interesting, and he's only going to get better. But the thing is, he doesn't have anybody surrounding him. Okafor is just playing offense. He's not bad at all. I don't understand why they drafted him. They should have drafted Muade, but they drafted Okafor. So they're stuck with him. He's going to be able to score. The big problem on this team is Joel Embiid. He didn't play last year, obviously. And if you've forgotten, he was a great college player, and he had so much potential. But your 76er fans are going to hate this. But he's starting to remind me of another center that won multiple championships and was great. And that's Andrew Bynum. Even his hair is reminding me of Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum got hurt. He went to the 76ers. He never played. And Joel Embiid apparently has another setback in his injury, and he hasn't played. And another thing like Andrew Bynum, his attitude has reportedly not been too well. So he doesn't have the work ethic, kind of like Andrew Bynum. That scares me. I'm not saying he won't be good. He might play this year and be great, but knowing the 76ers and tanking and knowing him having that work ethic and bad attitude, I'm kind of scared. So now we're going to talk about notable draft picks and expiring contracts for the 76ers. So expiring contracts for this team doesn't really mean that they're going to get more cap room. I mean, they only have $30 million of using cap this year, and the cap is like double that. So money's not the problem. And for these players, which aren't even that good players, Tony Roden, okay, they're okay. But their expiring contract just means that's sooner they get to leave this team. See, this whole team is on team options right now because nobody wants to play for this team unless they want money. Because I'm sure the 76ers will throw money at anybody. So expiring contracts just means those players will not be on the Philadelphia 76ers this year. I guarantee it. They have no reason to unless they throw $10 million at them, which who knows? They're the 76ers. Of course, notable draft picks. They picked Okafor. Only first round pick. The second round, they picked a couple no names. I mean, they might turn into Jordan Clarkson. We don't know, so I can't put them as notable yet. Okafor's okay. They should have drafted a backcourt position, but he'll score them points. I just don't see much potential as in Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo because I know they're going to get better, supposedly. I think Okafor kind of is already hitting his ceiling already. Who knows? It's just a prediction. This is the team outlook. So obviously, everybody knows the 76ers tank and they're awful. And you might be wondering, well, they got Jahlil Okafor and Joel Embiid might come back. Why is their stock down? Their stock down is because they don't have a direction anymore besides tanking. Tanking doesn't always work, especially over this long of a span. You cannot build a championship team off of draft picks. They have all these young, undeveloped players. And I almost said turnovers is because they led the league in turnovers last year because they're inexperienced, they're young, and they're bad. I see them winning like 2 more games than last year because of Okafor, because he might score some more points, because they do need points. But besides that, I mean, they traded Michael Carter-Williams. They tanked a whole year to get Michael Carter-Williams. He got Rookie of the Year, and then they traded him because he couldn't shoot jumpers. That definitely caused a little tirade in the front office. Not everybody agreed with that, but the owner did what he wanted to do, and they traded away a Rookie of the Year that they tanked a whole year for. They tanked and they just traded him away for nothing, basically. So that's why I have stock down. Of course, they're going to be the worst team in the league again. They're going to get another draft pick, but you can't build a team just off draft. And if you do, it's going to take a decade. And I guess that's what they're thinking, but I'm not thinking that. They have no fan base anymore, and they're not going to. If I was them, the only possible solution I have for them is to go out and try to win as many games as they can. Try to win like 35. I mean, you're in the East. You can do it. I'm not saying they will, but try to win as many games as you can. They won't because they want to tank, but just show your fans that you'll actually try to win. And maybe somebody someday will say, hey, I want to go to Philadelphia. But as of right now, they're not. And that's my outlook on the Philadelphia 76ers, worst team in the league for about the 5th straight year.